What's up, friends and family of YouTube? It's Pastor Bob. So, I've been thinking about the people that went down the submarine. The 5 people that are down there. A father and a son. One billionaire. The CEO of the company and another individual. And they probably didn't do their homework. And they probably didn't have enough safety. And they probably were winging it. You know, I mean, you go down there and you're controlling it with a friggin' gamer controller. I mean, come on, man. What the hell is wrong with people today? But people say, oh, well, they got people searching. I said, look, the games are up. It's easy enough. They could take, and I know that the Navy don't want to do this, but they could take a Virginia-class nuclear submarine. They could pass right by there, and if people are banging on it, they can pinpoint that bang. Absolutely pinpoint that bang. If it's an SOS signal, and they're banging on the hull of that little submarine, a Virginia-class nuclear submarine from the U.S. Navy can pick up on it. Absolutely. All they have to do is drive through. Even at 1,500 feet, they could pick it up and know exactly where it's at. All of the eastern seaboard is mapped out. And if they know it's around where the Titanic is, they could pinpoint it within so many meters, send that information back to the Pentagon or wherever they need to send it, and they'll know where that little sub is. It's that simple. People can say, well, it's not that simple. Well, why do we invest billions and billions of dollars in education in our U.S. Navy to have the best of the best in the world that can pick up on submarines 100 miles away and know what they're doing? And they know the difference between a charter boat and a fishing boat and somebody in a rowboat, but you can't pick up on somebody sending an SOS signal banging on the inside of a hull. Come on. I mean, that's what I would do. I would send the president, say, hey, we need you to authorize it, and just have them go across where the site is. They may not be able to, go to that depth, but they'll be able to pinpoint, basically, where that little submarine is. And that's my theory. I don't know why they haven't designed specialized cables, even under that kind of pressure, with some kind of a magnet on the end, that when you charge the magnet, it can pick up something that weighs that much and then hoist it in. Why don't these people think of things like that? I mean, they must be hooked on something in the Titanic, because their ballast, all they had to do is blow their ballast and it would have took them up. So, I don't know. Maybe I think too much. Maybe I'm just an overeducated fool. But, have people not thought about these things? I mean, it seems to me like there's just too much talking and too much paperwork and too much litigation rather than putting enough, effort into trying to get them. I mean, is it that hard to send out a couple of nuclear submarines to try to pinpoint them? I mean, nuclear submarines are so quiet. They'll know the ping. They know the difference between a dolphin and a whale. I mean, come on. I mean, I don't know. If I was the president of the United States and heard the news like that, I'd say, look, you need to send some nuclear submarines out there and try to pinpoint it. Now that we got people possibly banging on the hull, at least we'd know pretty much where they're at. Then send the submersible down in there, unmanned submersible, to try to, unbind them or whatever they need to do to try to get them up. Look, the clock's ticking. They need to do something. Anyways, that's my thoughts on it, guys. People have been asking me, and, hey, it's a sad thing, but you got to understand the risk before you go and do something like that. You really do. And I don't think that the CEO of the company put enough safety into it. And I think that it needs to be regulated by all countries before you go down there. It has to meet specific safety requirements. Being able to, let off trackers. It's got to be able to have tracking devices, different tracking devices, a backup for a backup for a backup. You think the Russians or the United States or even China has submarines that go underwater? They don't have a backup for a backup for a backup? I mean, we don't live in, 1800s. We're not in a little wooden cask on the ground. I mean, underneath the water, pedaling like a bicycle. I mean, there's a backup for a backup for a backup. And I think it's time that, people start thinking outside of the box. Anyways, take care. God bless. Pray for the people. I mean, it doesn't look good, but, there's always hope. But you got to stop really thinking outside the box. Anyways, guys, take care. God bless. This is Pastor Bob. I'm out of here. See ya.